Today, I'm going to practice drawing in this favorite sketchbook of mine. I like sketching in an A5 sketchbook because it's compact and easy to carry around. Since the paper has a low weight, I'll only use pencils and markers. I'll try to fill up this sketchbook by the end of this year. Stay tuned for my final artwork. This is my pencil case. It has separate compartments for pencils, erasers, lid refills, and a sharpener, making it more organized and convenient. Before drawing the face, please visit the Sketchfab website. Sketchfab is a platform for sharing and viewing 3D models online directly in the browser. For those who are new to drawing, 3D models can help you understand basic shapes and proportions more clearly. You can practice drawing from multiple angles by rotating the model to sketch different face perspectives. Not being restricted to a fixed pose helps you learn faster and observe light and shadows to apply them effectively to your drawings. Now I'll choose a face angle and practice drawing it. Based on the reference model, you will divide the proportions according to the structure and direction of the face. I'll draw the horizontal and vertical guidelines for the face first. Draw a vertical guideline to center the face and a horizontal line to position the eyes. The change in proportions when drawing the face from different angles is due to perspective. When the viewing angle changes, the distances between facial features also change according to the rule. Closer appears larger, farther appears smaller. Parts closer to the viewer's eye will appear larger, while those farther away will appear smaller. For example, when looking up, the lower chin and neck become more visible, the eyes appear larger, and the forehead looks shorter. When looking down, the forehead appears larger, the eyes become smaller, and the chin may be partially hidden. The face I'm drawing is at a 3/4 angle. The nose line is no longer centered, but slightly shifted in the direction the face is turning. Due to the angled view, the nose slightly protrudes forward, creating a sense of form and depth. You can check out my previous tutorial videos on drawing eyes, noses, and lips. In those videos, I explain how to adjust proportions based on perspective. I'll leave the links in the description below. Additionally, facial proportions change depending on the level of realism or stylization of the art style. For example, my art style is semi-realistic. The proportions are close to reality but slightly adjusted to look more appealing. The eyes may be slightly larger, the nose more refined, and the chin either sharper or softer. The lines are simpler with fewer skin details like pores or wrinkles. For me, no art style is less valuable than another. There are only differences in purpose and aesthetic preference. Each art style must have proportion standards that suit its purpose and create a sense of harmony. I've experienced being compared to others in terms of my art style. Instead of getting angry, I choose to see things in a more positive way. I've decided to develop my own art style and change gradually. So don't worry if you look back at my old paintings and find them looking different. I see this as a challenging yet joyful journey. Enjoy this journey and discover the path that suits your own interests. Well, I have created a mock-up for my painting. I will base my drawing of facial angles on these observations and my own ideas. I believe that the more you observe and draw flexible facial angles, the more knowledge you'll accumulate. When drawing faces from different angles, if the facial guidelines are not aligned correctly, it is easy to encounter the following mistakes: facial proportions being off, inaccurate perspective, incorrect chin and jaw direction. Oh my gosh. Just thinking about it feels like getting lost in a maze of knowledge. So, is there a way to fix it? Of course. I'll share some tips that I often use. Method 1. Check the guidelines right from the sketching stage. Don't rush into details. Establish the facial guidelines with basic lines before drawing the features. When the head tilts, the center axis must tilt accordingly, and the horizontal guidelines, eyes, nose, mouth, should curve based on the perspective. Therefore, carefully observe the direction the head is turning, and draw the vertical axis following the natural curve of the face. Method 2. Apply the basic shapes technique. When drawing, many artists focus only on line work and forget the face has form and perspective. If drawing in a realistic style, use a sphere to sketch the head, then divide it into the forehead, cheeks, and chin areas. And if you're drawing in a simpler style or to better visualize space, you can use a box instead of a sphere. The human head is not a perfect sphere, so sketch a sphere but flatten the sides, like a compressed egg to make it more realistic. One method that helps artists better control facial guidelines and proportions is dividing the head into simple planes. This approach helps you understand the three-dimensional structure of the face, allowing for more accurate drawing while avoiding misalignment or perspective errors. Method 3. The flipping technique. Flipping the drawing is a simple yet highly effective technique for spotting mistakes in your artwork. When drawing for a long time, your eyes become accustomed to the image, making it harder to notice mistakes in proportion, balance, and structure. With the mirror flipping technique for traditional drawing, hold your artwork up to a mirror and observe it in the reflection. Yep, look for symmetry and proportion errors. If you notice any misalignment or unnatural areas, correct them immediately. You can also flip your drawing by holding it up to the light and viewing it from the other side. This method works best with materials that allow light to pass through. Light sources you can use include sunlight, lamplight, or a light pad. Additionally, you can check your drawing by taking a photo and flipping it on your phone. Yeah, choose the flipping method that works best for you and give it a try. I'm getting into the habit of flipping my drawings while working too. Fixing things takes time, right? Everyone? When shading a pencil drawing, I can combine colored pencils and markers. This combination creates smooth color transitions, blending the vibrant base of markers with the soft details of colored pencils. I'll choose a mid-tone color, not too dark, to shade the darker areas first. Use a darker color for areas like the eye sockets, under the nose, the edges of the lips, chin, and neck. Shade following the structure of the object to create a more natural look. If you need to blend colors, apply the next layer while the previous one is still wet for better color mixing. And if you need to create sharper areas, wait for the previous layer to dry before adding darker colors to avoid smudging. In the video, I'll avoid layering too much to prevent the paper from absorbing too much ink. To enhance the effectiveness of coloring with markers, you should use specialized marker paper such as Bristol, bleed-proof marker paper, or Holbein paper for smoother application and longer-lasting colors. After waiting for the marker base layer to dry completely, I'll add shading and details using colored pencils. I use a combination of Prismacolor and Tombow colored pencils, layering light strokes to create depth and smooth color transitions. You can use various colored pencil techniques, such as adding cross-hatching to enhance depth and intensity, or use circular motions to blend smoothly between light and dark areas, creating a soft, natural shading effect. Finally, I'll use a light colored pencil or a Prismacolor colorless blender to gently burnish the layers, smoothing and blending them seamlessly. Don't forget to add highlights to your artwork using a white pen. That's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment to let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this content, Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss future videos. Thank you for watching until the end. Bye-bye.